Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk by Regina Smithwick. We have a really exciting show today, and I'm so glad that you tuned in. Let's welcome our guest on this evening. Currently resides in Raleigh, North Carolina, and a businesswoman, mother of 3 adult children and 6 grandchildren. Here on this journey of relearning, evolving, supporting, and sharing. Every day she tries to learn something new and apply it to her life. She doesn't believe in imposing her opinion on people if she can't personally relate to situations with an open mind. She is willing to listen, and she internalizes and asks to be enlightened. She finds this to be a beautiful approach in life lessons. Welcome to the platform, Miss Tara Wright.
Hi, everyone. Let's talk.
Welcome. Also, an inspirational speaker, author, actress, a mother of 2 adult children and 2 grandchildren, a native of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, who currently resides in Atlanta, Georgia since 1995. Her mission in life is to inspire all those that come in contact with her through her ministry of love and purpose. Being single and over 50 has brought new challenges and experiences, both good and not so good, but she is grateful, nevertheless, of this journey because it's taught her so much about relationships in general and how it relates to her God given purpose driven life. Welcome to the platform, Miss Tasha Brown.
Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Let's talk.
And welcome the Let's Talk crew, Carla L. Morgan.
Hey everybody, let's talk.
Hey, Carla.
Hey ladies.
Welcome also Andrea Collins White.
Hello. Let's talk.
Hey, Andrea.
Hi, ladies.
And last but not least, welcome the visionary and the host for tonight, Regina Smithwick.
Hello, everyone. Let's
Hello,
talk.
hello,
We
hello.
have an excellent show tonight. We are doing part 2 of the dating series, Generation X. So let's get it popping.
Ready.
Welcome back. So here we go. Let's talk. So as you know, before I get started, we definitely start with a prayer. So if y'all could just give me a moment. Lord Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this evening. I am so excited and honored to have these people on my show, the panelists, as well as my Let's Talk crew. We're going to be able to explain and talk about dating, and hopefully whatever we talk about will be touch, uplift, empower, and motivate. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So we're going to start with the good old dating. Dating in Generation X. So let's tell you what Generation X is, because a lot of people are like, what is that? Generation X is for anyone born between 1965 to 1980. That's Generation X. So that's a big gap. That's a big gap of a lot of women and men that are in the dating era at this time in our lives. So you're in your 40s and your 50s and you're trying to get this thing right. So we're going to start discussing in that. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. So I would start with Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for in a mate from when you was in your 20s to where you at right now in your 50s?
It's a lot different, of course. I am looking for really mostly compatibility. Are we compatible? When you're in your 20s, I can speak for me. I didn't look at that. That's not what I was looking at when I was trying to date. I was looking at the looks and if they're fun and if they're going to make me laugh and if we're going to, just have fun together and if they look good. But now, of course, it's different. It's not all about the looks. Of course, we want somebody that looks good. We want somebody that's handsome. But I'm looking more at the heart. I'm looking more at the person. If we can be friends, if we can, grow old together, if we can build together. When I'm sick, he's there for me. It's not all about physical, and just having fun. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Somebody that's serious about, just growing together.
Yeah.
Abilities,
Yeah. So, Sarah, you go ahead and answer that too. So, what's the difference between you looking in your 50s? Not looking. I don't like to say looking. I'm gonna take that back. You dating in your 50s versus dating in your 20s. What's different? What you're looking for?
A lot of what Tasha just spoke on. Absolutely, I'm not into, because I really don't care about going out that much now. So it's not about fun. I do want someone that's respectful, selfless, caring, and I'm definitely big on character, because your character speaks volumes for you,
Absolutely.
And I need somebody that's gonna be definitely selfless, because a lot of men that I've been running into are selfish, and it's all about them. They'll sit and they'll talk the entire time about themselves, and I'm like, I fit nowhere in this equation, and they won't even allow me to say what I need to say in reference to what I feel or deem as a good relationship. But healthy mentally, if they're building on themselves, trying to become healthier mentally and physically, then that's a plus for me. I'm not so much with the looks anymore. I don't care about that, as Tasha stated, because that takes you to a whole nother place of uncomfortableness with individuals that you feel like you gotta fight for your place and position when it comes to all of that. And I'm no longer about that life. Okay. I just really want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want somebody that's going to make me happy. And in return, it's an automatic response for me.
Right. And that's important. Let's talk crew. Y'all want to chime in on that one?
Of what I'm looking for.
Well, of course not you. You still have opinions. You're still alive.
Of course. I will say, most of the males and females that I speak, the Generation Xers who are on the dating scene, they too have stated that in their 20s their focus was more on the body and the looks and all of that, what kind of car he drives and all of that. But now it's more on can I, like you stated, can I grow old with you? What type of grandfather will you be, or what type of stepfather would you be, or what type of travel partner will you be to me in this life? So I think as we mature and as we get wisdom, we realize that we really focus on what the main thing is, and what we see that what we thought was the main thing. We know now we were majoring in the minors back then. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. Y'all want to chime in?
I would say for me, compatibility, making sure you're compatible. Spirituality is very important as well. A common connection and integrity is very important, and mental stability. Definitely.
Ooh, yeah.
Got to make sure he's mentally stable.
Big way.
That's a big one.
How do you ensure that? How do you ensure that when there's so many people who can mask that?
Actually, if you guys don't mind, I think that you can kind of spot some of those red flags in the very beginning. You just kind of mask it yourself because you want to believe that this is going to be what you need it to be, when ultimately you already know from day one.
Yes.
Day one.
Mhm.
People, if
Well,
it's not a little bit, if not a lot, a little bit, you see it. And I think people will say, oh, you're just being too much. You're wanting too much. No, I want for me. And so
Right.
and this wanting for me is wanting for him as well. Because if
Yes.
he's not mentally functioning to where he needs to be in the capacity that we need to be, then it's not going to work for me. I used to stay. I no longer
yeah.
desire to be in some mess when you know you in some mess.
Yeah.
Well, seeing that you kind of tipped it off on the next question, unless Carla, you want to chime in on this one first?
Oh, what I'm looking for is someone who has the same value system, someone who's morally not corrupt. That's what I have.
Yeesh, Carla.
You can tell I've been running into people with no morals, but that's cool. So that's the baseline. But other than that, like I said, spirituality. I want somebody that I can, I want somebody that I can watch each other's lives, experience lives together, and have respect for each other. I want somebody who can travel. Looks necessarily don't mean a thing. Gina, you've seen most of the men that I've dated or I was married to at one point. They all fluctuate. It depends. It's about the energy for me.
Mhm.
So it's not about how good looking someone is at all. As long as they look good, I'm attracted to them. That's cool. And it usually doesn't go by looks. But I just want someone that somebody can witness my life and I can witness theirs, and we walk in this thing together. That's right. And loyalty and integrity.
That's a big one. I mean, I think right now I'm at a point that in my 20s, I was down with all the, your rims and your kits on your cars, and you got this on, and you carrying yourself. I just want a man. I just want a man who's going to be a man and actually, let me be that queen. You know what I'm saying? Let me be that queen. You could be that king, and we could be a team, and we could rock this. Like we could make some major moves up in here. That's what I'm looking for. I want to be able to make it, like I said, the looks. You want somebody, like they say, grandma used to say, you don't want nobody to make your eyes cry, you don't want your eyes watering. But but there's a lot of things that don't, it's not it's actually the face. It could be the way he carries himself, his aura, his swag, the way he does his business. That makes a man look attractive to me.
Handsome.
That makes a man. Handsome is not just this. Handsome is the whole package deal. If he knows how to, look nice, he don't have to wear name brand stuff, but he know how to, put his stuff together. He carries something that confidence. That gives me every time.
You
have that confidence.
Woo!
That's
that right there.
Confidence.
Value.
Charming and confident.
They want that in you too.
Exactly.
They want that in you too. You walking around with your head down, act like you don't know who you are, whatever. They love confidence. If you have confidence, you'll get them quicker attention, for you to pay attention to you than for you to be all, like scared or whatever, especially at this age.
Right.
Especially at this age. When you're young, it's different. But at this age, I don't think that's what it is. But Tara, you kind of knocked it on the head with the next one. We were going to start talking about the almighty red flags.
Red flags.
Red, yellow, blue, green, orange, they all flags.
They all are flags.
Yes, they all flags. But I won't go first on this one. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put back around to Tasha. Tasha, go ahead and give me some of them red flags.
Some red flags. I would say person that doesn't know how to. It's a lot. I could just name.
Give me like two. We'll go around because there's a lot of them. So everybody can kind of do two. We'll just go around.
One thing that comes up that bothers me is not being able to talk, not being able to conversate, and whatever your conversation is about. We're in our 50s, so you should have some good conversation by now. You should know how to talk to a woman, especially a queen. You should know, how to engage. Okay? You should know how to engage. And so that bothers me. If you do not know how to talk, you don't know how to hold a conversation. That's a red flag for me. Another red flag would be I remember talking with someone, I don't know if it was you, Regina, or someone else, or maybe Carla, about how they treat their mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I think we were talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How
mm.
they treat their mother. I think it was
Mhm.
Joy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was you,
Yeah,
Joy.
it was. It was.
Yes, yes.
How they treat their mother. That's another one. That's another one of my red flags too. You know, that's really important. How they treat their family, but especially their mother. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you can get to that level, sometimes in the beginning you don't know that because you're just trying to meet, you're just trying to get to know them. But if their mother's still alive and they're in their life, I mean, it's a good question to ask. How's your mother doing and how's your family? And try to kind of see where they go. But that's a red flag. And then I guess one more would be, at this age, I mean, I hate to say this, but
Uh-oh.
having like having a baby, having a children at 50.
Oh, you
If
talking
you
about they
just
having
have-
these starting
I'm
fresh.
saying just having a baby. I met someone that just was having a baby and they just turned 50. So they're starting all over again. And I'm thinking to myself,
Why?
why? And why did you allow that to happen? Why did you allow that to happen? And see, I could see if it was planned or if he was with the woman and he wanted to give her a child and they agreed on it. But that's not what it was. It was an accident, of course.
Mm.
And I'm thinking,
Right.
at 50 years old, how do you have an accident? So that's a red flag to me. If you still having children at age 50 and stuff, I know that's my personal thing. I just can't see. I understand, especially.
Well, that's the thing about
women
it,
now.
Tasha. It is your personal thing, and that's the whole point of you being who you are, knowing who you are, standing your truth, and know what you don't. There's nothing wrong with it for anybody else, but for you, it's one of your deal breakers.
Yeah.
You just don't want to date nobody with younger children, especially when a lot of us are at grandparent stages now. Or at my kids getting out of high school now. Now you start to see that light at the end of the tunnel, like, oh my God, to get my life back. I'm about to get my life back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like that's a big adjustment to say, okay, I'm gonna be with you, and now you got a newborn. I'm gonna have to be literally 74 years old before they out. Like, come on, I can't. That's your life. You signed up for that. I did not, and I don't think that's fair. If that's not what you want, don't do it just to get the man. Because Tara had kind of chimed on that. Sometimes you do things because you want the man,
right?
And you're not gonna be happy raising a baby when you're 50 years old. If that's not what you want. If it's not what you want, there's some people who will deal with it, but it's not you.
It just makes me look at them a different way, and it makes me kind of question where their head's at. What's going on. So to me, that's a red flag for me because I'm thinking, where are you at in life? Where are you at in life that you feel like it's okay for you to have children? Now, if some people might feel like, hey, if I can support them, I love children. If I can support them, then what's the problem?
Right.
Okay, but like you said, Regina, I just don't want to deal with that at my age, at this level. I'm
right.
on a whole different level.
Right. That's what. So, Tara, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm not running behind no babies. No, not our sister cat. When they come, my grandkids come, I tell go into your mama. Go tell your mama to change your pamper. No, I'm here to do grandma things, but I definitely don't want to deal with no baby mother at this point because she's probably going to be problematic because she feels like you won her position that the reason why she decided to have a baby in the first place. Because who decides to have a baby?
Well, you don't know the age now. We didn't get into all the details now. We don't know the age of the woman now.
I just don't know. I don't even know nobody in their 20s that decide to have a baby with a 50-year-old. I just don't. That's
so. What is your deal breaker, Sarah?
Deal breakers for me is I don't like a complainer. Men that complain, to me, that shows a weakness for me. It's one thing if you are discussing something that's a problem. But complaining, and when I say complain, every single solitary thing you complain about, like that is a straight deal breaker, and not being consistent. So
That's good.
That's mine.
not
That's
being
good.
It's
consistent.
mine all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like nobody texting me a whole conversation. Every
That's right.
That shows me that you lack interaction. You're not an interactive person, and you're not going to be that in the relationship.
Right.
You're going to be in another room and text me what you want to tell me.
Right.
Right.
Well, that is really, you know what? To me, at the Generation X level, we know better when it comes to relationships and communications. We know better. We had without. We didn't never always had this. The other generations was born into this. We were not. We was on the phone that had the cord around our necks when we were trying to talk to people on there. We was able to slam that phone down. You could hear somebody hang up on you. They'll slam that phone. You hear that little bell and we was in a generation that we know when you try dial and you messed up, you got to start all over again to dial them back. We know that. So don't come at me at 50 years old and telling me, oh, I don't really like talking on the phone. Excuse me, sir. What? When you in 88, when we was in high school, because you was the same age as me, how did you talk? You had no other, you talked on the phone then, so I was like, why do you not talk now? And we kind of let them slide with that. Don't let them slide because they know different. You know what I'm saying? And that goes all the way back to, I know you want a boyfriend, sweetie. I understand. You know, we all want one eventually one day. But at what cost? Because whatever you start with, you got to finish with. Remember that.
Yeah.
So you start with stuff, and then when you get in a relationship, you want to say, look, I don't really like you. You signed that line on that one. You took that already. And then, you know, we're like, well, why you want to change now?
Yep.
You know, you can't do that. So I would say my red flag is consistency is number one red flag. That is my number one red flag is consistency. And to be truthful.
Yeah.
Tell your truth.
Don't be a liar.
Right. Don't try to get somebody just to try to get them, and then you want to like hide behind like the mask, the famous mask we always use. Like, just say what you want. Like I always tell people, there's somebody for everybody out there. If you want to go to the park on Tuesdays with a girl, there's a girl out there in the world who want to go to the park on you every Tuesday. There's somebody for everybody. Just be truthful and stand in your truth, because you want what you want. Get what you want. Don't get what you like. Oh yeah, you're pretty, but I'm gonna just try to get you. Like that's how it works. Like I don't get that. I totally don't get that. Anybody else want to chime on your red flags?
Well, when I was dating, a red flag was something that I would look at was like, how does he interact with people? For example, if we're in a restaurant, Tara, I think you said complainer. Not really a complainer, but how does he act when things don't go his way? Like if the server brings him the wrong drink, you know what I mean? How does he interact? How does he act with other people? Does he, fly off the handle? Is he hot temper? You know what I mean? And that could be because of my past experiences. Those are things that I look for. That's something like his temperament. My husband is very laid back, and he's a very outgoing person, and that was important to me. He's one of those who never met a stranger. You know what I mean? So that was something that was important. So his temperament is something. I guess another red flag would be if there are only certain blocks of time that I can talk to you or I can see. What's up with that?
Look at everybody.
That's a red flag.
That's fine.
That's definitely a red flag.
Somebody that I was just, discontinued communication with. I can only talk to him at certain dates. I never could get him on the weekend. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, he was scarce. But he'd pop up on Monday afternoon talking about, hey, what you doing? Oh, okay. He just,
I'm not doing.
I think we all had one.
Brother.
No, run to the light, Pearl Ann.
Yeah, Yeah.
We all had one of those that you only, whatever you accept was what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
And we all, I kind of know almost everybody on here, almost, but the ones I know, we accepted stuff in the past.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We accepted that kind of stuff. They talking to you halfway whispering, and they only gonna talk to you in the car on the way to work, on the way back home.
Yes.
They always talk to you in the car. They never talk to you in the home.
Oh wow, yeah.
Do you live in the house?
Or
Or
on
you just
Christmas.
Wow.
stay in right, because they
And
got
then
somebody
just
at the
give you a
house.
present.
Huh?
She said, or on Christmas, and I said, and then didn't get you a present.
Oh, we already had the show on that one. Tara. We had that on the 14th. That's the 26th. What is it? 26th and second, and the 15 chick.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
You get all the little, the sale price stuff on the day after all the holidays. 'Cause, but we accept that because that's all sometimes we think we deserve sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it is. So let's talk about taking on no projects, no Bob the Builders.
Ooh.
Been there, done that.
Whoever, I'm gonna ask y'all, be honest. Who took on the project and the Bob the Builder?
I did for 11 years. Never will do it again. It does not pay off, and I've done it, and yes.
Yeah. I think at Generation X, I think we done with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hope so.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's real. That's real. And I've heard people say, look, I'm not going to walk away from all the work I put into him. Really?
Yeah.
Like he was doing a project. Like really? No, nobody else is going to reap the benefits for what I did. What? No.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard.
That sounds like control a little bit.
Yeah.
It sounds like control. The person,
Mhm.
it feels like they've invested so much into a person, and they've done all this to get them where they want them to be or whatever.
Mhm.
And they know deep down that this person's not for them. It sounds like there's a control thing there, but they just don't want to relinquish that.
That control.
Yeah. But
And why not?
Go ahead, Tara.
And why not? You know that stemming from the red flags. Why didn't you take heed? And why? What you have to understand is the very thing that you knew was the problem in the beginning is what you're going to leave the relationship for in the end.
Mhm.
So
That's it.
just know that what I understand about people coming from mental health, and preferably myself, because I like to take points from my things that I've done in my past. I bonded with somebody that was on my level.
Mhm.
So wherever I was in my life, that's what I attached to. I attached to that type of man. I don't care what it was. If I was in a depressed state, insecure state, you attach yourself to that thing that's going to be a common bond for you, and you won't have anybody showing you up. But yes, you can take on that project because it doesn't show you up. It doesn't show you that you're not doing well in your life. Because when you think about it, will you really, when you build on yourself mentally and physically, and you self-love, and you gain where you need to be in life, you're gonna say, oh no, he's absolutely not the one for me.
Right.
In the very beginning stages, because you have worked on, you don't have to work on nobody else. When you worked on yourself so hard,
Yeah.
that's
Go
for you
ahead.
to do.
That's
That's
it.
not for
That's
you.
it. Right.
That's not for you.
Right.
That's it. But that's where it comes from, Tara. When you work on yourself, you start realizing your values and your self-worth.
Right.
And when you realize that, you go, if I did all this work, daggone it, you're gonna do this work too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that I sat there and went through the pain and the crying, the life coaches and counseling and all this stuff to get myself together.
Right.
Now I'm like, oh no, you're gonna have to take that path, sweetie. Or first of all, I'm not even gonna deal with you because you got a lot of work to do, and I don't think we're supposed to be doing this anyway. So you go take care of yourself and do what you gotta do. And I hope wherever at the end it works out for you. But when you're, like you said, when you're low self-esteem and having like self-doubt and you're not loving yourself, you're going to take on that person. And a lot of times we take on these people, we build them up to like where we want the outer. the outer. Because think about it, people ain't gonna know the inner of your person. How they gonna know the
Right.
inner? So you try to get this little thing, say, well, you see he looks good, that means he is good. We associate looking good and being good.
Right.
Right.
It's not the same. Somebody could look great on the outside and the insides are torn up.
Right, that's right.
But society makes you feel if he got the car, he got the swag, he got this, he got friends, he got an entourage. Oh, he's so good. Yo, he's good. You want to be with him just because you see on the outside. You didn't even talk to this man not one time.
Yep.
But that's the way the society pegs people, is being good if they look good.
Right.
Wow.
You know, so that's the reason why we get into these problems, because that's where the looks, that's why we said now in our 50s, we learned looks ain't everything.
Right. That's
Yeah, because
right.
I go to the grocery store, toe all up, and don't care if nobody don't say nothing to me. I sure don't. But in
You don't wear no
retrospect, I
bonnet, do
still get
you?
men
No,
that
please
do 'em.
don't.
No, she don't go that bad, y'all.
No, oh no, I ain't on no bonnet. No, I'll have on my yoga pants and a t-shirt and some flip-flops. You know, I don't feel I need to jazz up to go to the grocery store. Where there were times when Regina can tell you that
Yes.
I would be decked out completely just
Yes.
to go to the grocery store. Now I don't care. I just don't care. And I wear my little natural hair ponytail. And I'm free. I feel free. I don't feel bounded up in the inside. And then I in return meet a bounded up person in the inside, you know, and that's a catastrophe waiting to happen,
Yes.
like the very minute that you meet them.
But
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people met some good, like their husbands and people they dealt with for a long time being their natural selves in a supermarket or at a gas station. They were pumping their gas, and because they saw their beauty. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to have all of that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
I think that a man that requests you to be all that, wants you in makeup, wants you in, he has something to hide himself. Like, I think that that's like a bit too much to ask somebody when you yourself, sir, you got boogers in your nose. I don't get that, you know. So I just, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sidebar on this one. I'm a sidebar on this one. So a lot of times when we kind of see ourselves in a certain way, but then we want the man to have the 6-pack. We want him to have all these things, and I want you to have a 6 figures. I want you to have this house. Well, what do you have?
Right.
You should have that or even more, or you should be equal up to that at least. You know what I'm saying? Or going towards that. We gotta have to be like, come on, let's wake up, y'all. Let's wake up.
Yeah.
You know, you can't expect all of that, but then you're not giving him that on the same.
That,
on the
right.
same
Yeah.
token. How do y'all feel about that? That's a little sideways.
Oh, I agree.
100%. I agree. You can't ask for something that you are not, and
Right.
expect, you know. And then you have women that want to be taken care of, and they dress up in the supermarkets looking for, going to Whole Foods looking for these type of men. That's a whole nother agenda. But you're not really looking for love. You just want somebody to take care of you. You don't, you know, and you have to have your own. I'm sorry. Or the kind of men that are like that, it's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. They want, it's a whole nother thing. But
Yeah.
you have to know, you have to know that what you can bring to the table and match that. Or, you know, but not getting with somebody this high, but you don't have anything to show for it. No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Or going by that potential, that's a whole nother thing. So, Carl, we have a lot of comments. You're gonna have to shuffle through, and then after you come back from the comments, we're gonna get.
Okay. The next. Okay. All right. The next Glover. I'm not looking for a texting relationship. Hello, Nanette. At 51, we are not kids.
That's right.
Damn it.
Oh, that's right.
You forgot that. Damn it.
Yeah. She says, I hate a liar. If you're married in a relationship or hell, a situationship, like, don't play me. That's my issue. I agree 100% with that, because I run into a lot of people, men who are like that. They will say that they're not, but they really are. But I'm like, just say what it is.
And you
Or
didn't ask
say
for
nothing
that.
at all. Just keep
I
it
didn't
moving.
have, let me agree to that situation. I didn't agree to that.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They afraid that you want to make the choice.
Right.
Yeah, you know, that to walk away. But anyway, yeah, it says, she says, yes, that's my test. If I can only talk to you during the day, light work hours, Monday through Friday, red flag, he's married or live with a woman.
Yes.
And that
Exactly.
absolutely. She says, so now guess what? The tables have turned. I'm the player. They play by my rules.
Exactly.
Oh, that.
Okay.
Like that. Like that.
Thank you, Annette. Leroy, authentic one. Yes.
Oh.
So, okay. Don't think like this. I don't know what that means. Okay. Lacey, that's good. She said, I used to conform into what they wanted me to be just so I can keep them. I was not true to myself, which made me nothing but depressed. But what changed me is self-love. That's Nanette Glover. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. It's just, I met some fine broken men and still broken.
That's right.
Oh.
Fine broken men.
Mm-hmm. Shabara.
No, I don't wear a bonnet.
She's like, for the record, no.
Brett Lover says, I don't like men who live in the past. The entire conversation is about their past. That's a red flag for her. Past, good and bad and ugly. Like, bruh, stop looking in your rearview mirror, which is why his life is a wreck.
But a lot of times too, I call that the Al Bundy effect. Because like Al Bundy, if y'all remember Married with Children, he kept living at Polk High School. Like everything he talked about was Polk High School, because that's when his glory days was. That's when he was a football player.
Yes.
That's the only time in his life he could say that he was successful. So a lot of men who do talk in the past, they're telling you something.
Yes.
They hooked up on that time when they was, they was a popular dude, or they were fly, or they had whatever, and now they don't. That is a definitely red flag when they talk too much about their past.
That's right. Carla Stain. Hey, Carla. The problem with those that say they don't want someone else to reap the benefits from the work they put into them is that they are not realizing that they're not reaping the benefits from sticking around if they are not equally yoked.
Yup.
That's true. That's true.
No wise one spoke again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. I'm telling you.
High school. That's my show still to this day. Okay.
But a lot of these shows now, as I'm older, I get a lot out of them now. Cause you're older, you can see things, and it's like that was major. That was major.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Colin said whatever, Regina. Okay. Y'all ready for the good one? Narcissist. So when I say that word, when I say that word, what does that mean to you? All right, Ms. Brown, what does that mean? Now we're gonna chime around and see what it means to you. Then we'll come back. I'm gonna get every little, what everybody think that means. So you can go ahead, Ms. Brown. You can start it off.
What do you mean? What
narcissist? Give me a example of somebody who is one. Like what makes them one?
When they oh my God, so many different things. A person that always points the finger at you and does not validate your feelings. It's always about them. They make themselves to be bigger than they are, and they just always point the finger at you and try to belittle you and make you, make you try to seem like you crazy. It's part of the, with the gaslighting. They do a lot of gaslighting to, make it seem like no, and they're just their whole objective. Oh, I was supposed to say a little bit and then go around, huh? Because I can go into this.
You got to stop me too.
I can go into this. This is. I studied this. Me and Carla, we all talked about this. I studied this thing.
Yes,
narcissist, and because I dealt with one, and it was powerful. It was powerful.
It was. I definitely did. Tara.
Well, to piggyback off of what Tasha was saying, men are a good read, They, and what I mean by that is they know coming in what your ailment is.
What's your weakness?
I forgot my daggone shoe.
Yes, just like a tick. They'll get right on and hold on, and then they'll like a lizard. They're a chameleon. they transform into what the
Shapeshifters.
situation is
That's
at
right.
that time, and then
That's right.
they become that relationship, and then they use it against you.
Yes.
That's
They
right.
use it against you.
Uh-huh.
And for me, narcissistic is a selfish, self-centered man that
Absolutely.
deflects when he himself is the actual problem, but he don't want to admit to it. So he got to make you feel that way, because see, he's already weakened you, your
Yeah.
spirit, your mind, your soul, your heart. So he's gonna
Absolutely.
be able to push that narcissistic role on you and play it to the fullest degree, because you already been softened up on this whole narcissistic behavior with this individual. Yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's what it means to me. And you
Okay, who want to chime on next?
It's a grooming process. It's mentally abusive to people, women, and it's not just to relationships. It's to people around them in general.
Period.
They do
Yes.
this all the time, and they shapeshift. They acclimate to whoever it is that they're with, and they think about the traits that you have and what they think that you would want to see out of them, and they shift into that, and they become that, and then they step back. It's like it's a mask. It's all a mask, just to get what they want from you, whether it's attention, whether it's triangulation. It could be a number of things, but yeah, ultimately, I mean, that's just a small synopsis from my experience. That's what they do. And they do it, and then once they're done with you, which they're never really done with you, they just move on to the next one. They never disappear from your life. They always keep tabs, and they're always around in the background somewhere.
They lurking, Carla?
Yeah, I know, because I dealt with it twice. So yeah.
Joy, you want to chime in on this?
Ooh, wow.
It's a real thing.
Right. It's real.
Yeah. Basically, and this has been a few years ago, that someone that I dated was consistently telling me everything that I was doing wrong, and that it was always my fault. The reason why we would get into a confrontation. And another thing, it was like he was the God, a little G. He was the God that everything he did was. He did everything right. It was me that was the imperfect one. So yeah, my experience with that is just not a happy experience, that relationship. So yeah, I can definitely relate to that part.
Andrea, you want to?
Yeah, pretty much you ladies summed it all up, but really someone who you always have to stroke their ego.
Yeah.
They're always in search of a Scooby snack. Like they, everything I do, like I did, because all the attention has to be on them. You know what I mean? And everything, they have this self, I guess this their self-made greatness. You know what I mean? So and they expect everything and everyone to bow down to them.
Yeah.
And to cater to their needs. So been there, done that, and didn't like it.
I've been there, done it, and had the T-shirt. And I could tell you a couple things that it was done to me. When it is good, it is good. When it's bad, it is bad. I never had no medium. I never had no coasting. It was either 100 or 0.
Damn.
And you are on this roller coaster, like we were talking about. It's a drug, people. They first of all, they know you broken. I'm not supposed to say broken, but they know you have some issues, and they know it because they just like little. They sit there and they pounce on you. They see you coming a mile away. You got flashers on. And I know a lot of us think we bad, and we all, ain't nobody getting that over me. Ain't nobody gonna do it. He see all through that, so y'all can just go ahead and stop doing that stuff. That doesn't work because he uses another tactic to get you. You know what I'm saying? He used that. Oh, you strong, girl. You know that. He knows you're not. And he is gonna just break you down, and before you know it, you into this little web. You don't know how you got here. You don't know how you were so strong last week, and then all of a sudden now you sitting there like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And it's mentally draining because you got to keep on feeding them. He's eating off of you and you're starving and he's full, he's belching. That's exactly what's happening. And that's why you drain, because he's mentally draining, because you got to keep feeding his, like you said, his ego. And you got to keep telling him how he is or whatever. And then he gets you because he knows what you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you need validation, he got you. If you need somebody to tell you you're beautiful, he got you. If you're looking for, the other stuff, he got you.
Mhm.
He gonna do that very well
Mhm.
because they
They're
never
all
go
good.
away.
They're all good at that.
Yes, and they never go away. You're right. Because
Right.
they, it may be a month or two, but they got to know they still got you.
Right.
If you answer them or you respond to them, it don't even say you can say boo to them. They know they still got you because you responded.
Because you
And that keeps
responded,
them
right?
going. And that's what keeps them going. And you don't have to do anything else. But they know I got back in the head, they warp head, they like, I still got her. She still thinks about me.
Sure.
And that makes them feel like they're empowered. And you did give them the power by responding to them.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So that's my experience with it. I've been through it for a long time, and I was, woo.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's not to say that that's all men, because that would be an absolute, and that's a thinking error. But they have levels, and I'm speaking perfectly on my experience because I don't try to make it a man bashing type of thing, but the men that I dealt with. But I also recognize in my growth and growing and understanding who I am, there is layers. And once they peel off the layers, they peel off the layers to adjust to every time you shift in that relationship. They peel off a new layer, and it's just a disguise anyway, because they're the weak one. They're actually the weak one.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, they are. They
Absolutely.
are. That's a big one. That's a big one. And a lot of, like you said, it's not one cookie cutter way of describing it.
It's
It's not. We all had different experiences in it. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like you could tell somebody, hey, this is what you look for. Check mark, check mark. No, it doesn't work that way. It works when you work with yourself and know who you are and stand in your truth, and you're strong enough to know that you love yourself enough. You would never have to deal with that because you wouldn't even entertain half of the stuff they come with you with. It's only the ones that didn't, like me, I can talk for myself, that did not do my work. And I had those openings, and they fell right on into them openings. Right, comfortable, and they got a couch sat down with a pillow and everything.
Yeah.
Narcissists can't change. They don't change. A real narcissist, they don't change. It's a disease. It's something that's they have to have help. They have to get help for it. And the problem with getting help is they have to realize that they are. And 9 times out of 10, they don't realize that they are a narcissist. So they're not going to go and get treatment. They're not going to get help. I studied that and found that out. And so it's just a repeating cycle with the next woman and the next woman and the next woman that they go to. It's very, very sad, and it's very unfortunate because some of these guys, there's women narcissists as well.
Okay,
so I don't want to just put it on the men. But I don't date women, so I date men. So I'm talking about my experience with men narcissists. Some of them have great potentials, and we talked about that too. About we're not supposed to be getting into the potential. We can't try to date them because of their potential. But but I know that for me, this guy he has so much potential to be really phenomenal. But because of that bad trait or that bad whatever it is, that issue or whatever, it's just so sad and unfortunate because he doesn't see himself. He doesn't see himself. But they're I wanted to add too that they're very charming. They're very, very charming, and they're really strategic, and they know how to, just like Tara was saying, and I think Carla and different people, about layers and about fashioning themselves to each different woman, how you like, because we're all 6 here, we're all different women, and we like different things. And so I could see him now. He would cater to you, Regina, in such a way, and then he would cater to you, Carla, in such a way. That's how they're smart with that. So it's unfortunate that they would use all that energy and smartness.
They're very smart. That takes a lot to be like that.
Manipulate and control. Yeah. Use all that and be somebody phenomenal.
Mhm.
You're right. You're right. Just
Mhm.
turn the switch on that and it'll be something great. So, Carla, you want to get, there's any other comments coming through? And then we got a couple more, then we're going to get ready to close up.
Leroy Authentic One Morton says, that's deep, love it. And Carla Stain said, manipulating, self-centered, selfish, egomaniac.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's all the
Yep.
thing.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
I feel that in Generation X, we get to a point in our lives that we start seeing more years behind us than we do ahead of us, right?
Mhm.
So we get to
Right.
a point that we start, like society start telling you, you're going to be by yourself.
Hmm.
You're going to be in the house with a bunch of cats.
Mhm.
So, what's going on here? If you get a certain age, they already count you out. Like, you're not going to be able to find love, or love's not going to go your way, because after 50, if you ain't with nobody, they say there ain't no men out there. They all in, jail, or they this or they that, or whatever the case is. And I would like to say to everyone, God, there's billions of people in this world, y'all. Billions. Not the people in your block, not the people in your town. There's billions of people in this world. You don't know God's plan. God
Right.
has ordained steps. You just have to be patient and know that if that's in your calling, it's going to happen. And you don't know how it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be going to the club. It's going to be going to, it's going to be a situation you're not even going to know about. It's just like, just live your life and live your best life and do everything you always wanted to do, whatever. And in those valleys, you're gonna meet up with somebody because he's getting himself together, you're getting yourself together, y'all gonna meet up when y'all supposed to meet up. It's never too late. I've seen people get married in their 60s and their 70s and their 80s, and they are happy. They are happy. They're not complaining that they had to wait. Don't let society tell you it's a certain age that you have to be happy or married, and that's not how it is. Because there's a lot of people, that are married are not happy.
Yeah.
Worry about yourself. Like, don't look at everybody else for examples. Don't look, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we like to compare.
Right.
We feel that life is better than our life. So then we start thinking that our lives is not, not the same. It's like, don't do that. Just live your best life. And I guarantee you, if you pray and you ask God for this stuff, it's going to come your way, but it's going to come a way that you're not going to expect, okay? So don't get sad and get all, I'm 55 or I'm so. Don't. That age got nothing to do with God. Don't know age. I know that, right?
That's right.
He don't go by the calendar. He don't go by the calendar.
No.
He goes by your heart and your intent. And he feels you need to still got some work to do. He's not going to bring nobody to you till your work is done.
Mhm.
There'll be a waste because it won't work. So just trust the process. Okay.
That was really good. And I'll say to anyone who just started tuning into the broadcast to go back and look at episode 1 and 2. Because, you're touching on all that we talked about in the beginning. Like, this is good. And it's stuff that, like you Regina, even if you throw it in every time we have a broadcast, that's good because it's needed.
Yeah.
Really needed. It's needed.
Yeah, I think so. I just want people to know that. Because a lot of times we think we doomed. And it's not true.
No.
It's not true. It's better to live happy and expecting something great than living sad and thinking nothing's going to come to you. Because when you bring that aura to you, it's not.
You can manifest that. You just have to believe and have the energy and manifest positivity and just keep your mind. Your mind's going to always play tricks with you, and you're always going to think, I'm getting older, and oh boy. But you just have to keep reminding yourself of who you are and who God made you.
Absolutely.
And that there's a purpose. There's a reason for it. And to embrace it's all good. It's all good. It's not bad. It's not bad that you're single. It's not bad. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
You probably need to be by yourself to know who you are.
Right.
To know who you are and who you need to be and become, and what God has planned for you. What my grandmother used to say, what's for you will be for you.
Right.
That's right.
So,
Right.
That's right. And then nobody said, well, he got the man I wanted, or she got the man I wanted.
Oh no.
Like, that wasn't supposed to be for you.
No.
We're so fixated on wanting what we want, and sometimes not what we need.
Absolutely.
So we gotta kind of like let go. Like, stop being so tight. Let it flow through. Just let it flow. Don't try. We try to do so much on our own. And I know that's me. I'm gonna talk for me, y'all. I try to do everything on my own. I was like, yo, I don't need you for all that. I just go on this date site. I'll go on that date site. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do all that. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna sit here. Go ahead. You done now? Oh, you ain't done yet. I see. Okay. Are you done now? Okay, now I can talk to you. Because see, you think you know everything. I'm trying like your parents do. You think you know everything, right?
Right.
I'm gonna let you go ahead. You tired? I figured that. Now let me do my job.
There you go. And Regina, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always gotten.
Yeah.
So if
That's
you do it
true.
your way, you're going to keep getting that same thing over and over, and it's just going to continue to repeat that cycle over and over and over again. You got to do things differently. And so for you, Regina, that was taking your hands off of it and saying, your hands up. I surrender, God. You do it. You take it. I'm trusting you because I've done it on my own for 50 years, and so and I see where that's gotten me. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. So
and the names changed, but the situation stayed the same. A lot of people think, well, I get a different guy. No. It's gonna be the same guy because you're the same person. You're gonna draw who you are.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got a new guy, like a girl. I got a new boy. Man, honey, he's gonna be the same one.
Or a different
You
race.
can switch names.
Unless you recognize, you know yourself enough and you recognize the red flags right away. Because sometimes dark is attracted to light. So even though, you're attracting these same people in a different body, this doesn't always mean that you're the same person. It also means that you're involved. And it's also God or universe, whatever you want to call it, testing you to see. Have you learned before? Do you see the red flags on this person? Is he don't, can you say no and choose yourself?
Right.
So
That's a good one, Carla.
That's good.
That's a good one, Carla.
That's good.
He throws little carrots out there and see, can I elevate you?
Oh,
yeah.
Ready for the next level.
Yeah.
That's good.
That was good. All right. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to do our business spotlight. We're going to go ahead and get that done today. And then after that, I got a little treat for everybody today. Something a little different we're going to do today. But we're going to do our special spotlight. All right, we have P. Anns, and this is Leroy Morton. He's the head chef, and he, as you see, he does fabulous work. His food is great. He has a great presentation, and I am honored to say this is my nephew.
Congratulations,
Oh, that's the one that's on the, in the comments, right?
Yes, this is my nephew. And PN stands for my birth mother, Patricia Ann Morton. That's my birth mother. Yes. So I definitely want to support my nephew. And his food is fabulous. He does a great job. He has, just fabulous. So if you're looking for a caterer anywhere in North Carolina and Virginia area, or hey, he's worth the flight, he's worth the drive. So if you looking for that, please contact him. His number is 434-234-2958. And as you see, his other information here, he's on Facebook under P. Anns. All right.
Wow, blessings to you.
Oh, awesome.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so as y'all see, once again, we have been holding and drinking from our Let's Talk mugs.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week we had last episode we had a winner, and I did meet with her, gave her Let's Talk mug. She was very, very happy about it. So we're going to do this again today. So what we're going to do today is we're going to ask another question. All right, let's talk. Y'all ready?
Ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going to give you 10 seconds to answer. What do I say at the end of every show?
Oh, for us?
No, for the audience.
Oh,
What do I say at every show? If you first person who says it will win the mug. The first person who could say what I say at the end of every show will win the mug.
Good night. Good night and God bless. Good night, God bless.
All right, Carla, you have to watch the see it so
Yeah,
we can get it.
Carla Steen says, "Let's talk is over now. Is now over."
Yeah,
that
that's
it?
it. That's
That's
it.
it.
Let's talk is now over. Oh wow.
Okay. I know now.
Yes, let's talk. I always say, let's talk is now over.
Over.
Say it in
Yay.
every show.
Yay, Carla.
All right. So Miss Carla won, and that won't be hard for me to give that to her. But then I want to do something different today. I'm thinking about changing my catchphrase at the end of the show, and I want my listeners to be a part of this. So if you could put in the chat or on my Let's Talk page, you should know by now. I always have it right on the screen. So Let's Talk 1943 LLC is my Facebook page. And if you could do it before the next week, I'll say I'll give you 24 hours to put in a catchphrase that I can use at the end of my show. And if it's good, if I pick yours, I will mail you a mug.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I will definitely mail you a mug. So please do that. And whoever gives me the best catchphrase, you will get a mug. And I will say your catchphrase in every show.
Awesome.
All right. So we are now at the end of the show, but before that, I got to let you know what the next topic is going to be for our next show. So our next show is Sunday. It's on July 25th, and it's going to be on financial literacy. Okay, we're going to have some experts to come up here and talk about our monies, life insurance to investments to savings, everything. So please watch this show. This is going to be a great show for us, for younger people to be able to get on now and get their money together, for our age group who maybe have to do some catch-ups. We getting close to that retirement age, or even ones that's older that, they still want to save. It goes for everybody. Everybody needs financial, advice. So please join us. You will enjoy that show. That will be a great show. And once again, that's going to be on Sunday, July 25th at 7 p.m. And it will be on the financial literacy. So that will be our show. So I will go around the horn. If everyone want to say something to say goodbye to our audience. Tara, you want to start off?
I enjoyed you ladies, such beautiful spirits, and we just have to keep in mind that continuously, daily, build on yourself and don't be too concerned about what the man should be doing, as opposed to knowing what you need to do yourself.
Right.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice. Tasha?
Yes, this was really, really wonderful. Actually, you guys need to do a part 2 with this, because we can go deeper and deeper and deeper into this. So I hope that you guys will invite me again. But I want to say to the listeners that are dating, that are single, that will be watching this broadcast later on, if you are 40s, 50s, or whatever, even if you're in your 30s or whatever, trust your intuition, trust your gut. Don't fall for the talk. When they always say about the representative comes, that's a representative first, the very first 30 days, 60 days, 90, that's a representative trying to get you. Really take your time to really learn the person. You have to control your emotions and control your hormones and control your urges and all those different things. You have to, because this is important. All the things that we've talked about, there's so much. Narcissistic is real and it's dangerous. And a lot of you have already gone through a lot of these things that we're talking about. So I just encourage you to really, please trust your gut and just know that God has you. He's not going to betray you. He would never give you something like that. So let it go.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Let's talk, crew.
That's good. Just continue as we've been seeing all night. Just continue to know your worth. You are that queen, and you are that king that you proclaim yourself to be. Just walk in it. Don't settle. Don't know your non-negotiables. Stick with that. Stick with that. Don't look for anyone to make you happy. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to date yourself. Learn how to celebrate yourself. Don't look to anyone else to do that for you, because that's not their job. That's not their job, So, yeah, just love yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all have anything?
Keep your standards where they're at. Raise them if you need to. And no any standard that you put up, no one will have a problem with. The right person won't have a problem with. Whatever you need to feel good in a relationship or meeting somebody or dating, that person has to meet that. And there's no stepping away from that. And you have to keep that up no matter what. So, yeah, and I just want to say thank you, ladies, for coming. I enjoyed exchanging our experiences with you, and hopefully seeing y'all again soon. That would be great.
We do rotations.
Yes.
Joy?
I would like to say I truly enjoyed the conversation and listening to you ladies. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I will definitely say is perfecting your relationship with God is my key to understanding that in God's timing, it will happen. So, just continue on building that relationship with God, and He will definitely bring you what you need.
Yes.
My advice is live your life to your fullest. Live your life to your fullest. When you start putting into yourself and start building that love for yourself, you're going to attract Him. He's going to come pulling to you. He's going to come. He's going to see that. Just like we saying that the bad ones see the bad, the good ones sees the good. Okay? So they're going to attract to what they are looking for because they already have it in them. Okay? So just live your life to the fullest. Do everything you ever wanted to do. That builds you and build your faith muscle in your character. And I guarantee you, God got you. Like everybody says, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And when it does, you let us know. Like, y'all were right. It's going to happen. So my thing is to live your best life and let God handle that part. He got you. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. Yes. So that is mine. So once again, thank y'all so much for being on the show this evening, my panelists, as well as my guests. I enjoyed this. I love y'all all. And like I always say, Let's Talk is now over. Y'all have a good evening. Thank y'all so much. God bless.